Hey, welcome back to the June Portfolio Update. I hope you'll find the information in this video useful, but disclaimer, please note that this is not investing advice. It's just my portfolio as it stands on Sunday, June 1st, and it can change at any time without previous notification. Following an investment strategy without doing the work yourself is also guaranteed to result in losses. So please be careful since it's your responsibility to do your own research before investing. In this month bonus section, we'll talk about uncertainty in investing and the fact that there is always a reason to sell. But let's not get ahead of ourselves too much and begin as usual with the portfolio activity in the past month. Even though the video was published a little bit later this month on Saturday, June 7th, because I was on a short, well deserved vacation, the data was screenshot and represent the portfolio allocation as of June 1st, 2025. Anyways, May was another crazy month with the Romanian presidential elections in which assets went down, so I bought some more of my favorite Romanian companies, BVB, Norofer, Dene Agrar, and I did not sell anything this month since my portfolio is at a comfortable balanced level right now. Amid the election uncertainty, the Romanian Fidelis government bonds reached attractive returns, 10% plus yields, to maturity, which is short lived around February next year. So I added a bit of that as well. There is still a long way to go with forming the new government, lowering the deficit, but it seems that we did in fact dodge a bullet and the acquiring of assets the past few months was a good idea so far. Last but not least, I also got a little bit of idle coins from the Learn and Earn programs, which I can't recommend enough to anybody. These serve two purposes. One, it keeps you up to date with the developments in the crypto industry, and two, it's actually free money. In terms of cash flow, dividend season started and I got the first ones from Evolution AB in USD and Verde Societe Generale at about 7% yield in RON and a very small one from One United, which is a watchlist position. Not bad at all. That being said, the portfolio as of June 1st, 2025 is looking like this. Please pause the video if you want to analyze each investment in detail. There are no significant movements in my portfolio in the past month. The current pyramid allocation portfolio looks something like this. Overall, the portfolio was up 1.12% this month and it turned back up positive for the year with year to date returns of 0.72%. Again, please remember that this also includes my living expenses, and this month I paid my 2024 back taxes and went on a week long Cyprus vacation. So, expenses were overall relatively high. That being said, the pyramid portfolio actually hold pretty strong in lot of not using any hedging options and overall bad newsing that happened this month, and I'm actually very happy with it. Before going to the next section, if you are interested in the subject, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps bringing this completely free information to more and more people. As mentioned at the beginning, in today's bonus section, we'll talk about the perpetual uncertainty in markets on investors and the fact that somehow there is always a reason to sell. The world seems crazier than ever. Just the past few years, there were a bunch of quote unquote once in a lifetime events like a pandemic, wars between Russia and Ukraine, Israel and Palestine, India and Pakistan. On the financial side, we had high inflation, tariffs, inflation, stagflation, and in local politics, we have the Romanian surprising presidential election, which marked the rise of isolationist parties in Europe, etc. But if we take a step back and look, there always seems to be a reason to sell. Even if now the past seemed safe because we already know the outcome, it wasn't always so. The golden age, which is sometimes called the good old days, never actually existed. Nostalgia is a paradox and people fall for it all the time. We generally tend to remember things better than they actually were at the time because we ourselves were younger, healthier, with a bright future in front of us, and we project all that on the times being good. Take a look at this short graph, which is super recent, only since 2009, and observe that it's full of events that triggers panics in the markets. Some were short-lived, other more long-term, and some even systemic. But as the joke goes, peace was never an option. Wink wink. That being said, while the last decade provided a superb background in investing, you wouldn't think so by just looking at this graph. So remember that this, even when we look back to relatively peaceful periods when we had strong bull markets, like the 90s or the 2010s, for example, times only look peaceful in hindsight. And actually, if you zoom in, there was very high uncertainty in the markets, and we couldn't actually see how well the future will play out at that time. This is often called the fog of war. My fellow gamers will know, and it refers to the uncertainty and confusion experienced during military operations where information is often incomplete or misleading, but it applies in investing as well. If you are interested in the topic, I have another video on the subject called Decision Making in Investing and Alternate History. The link is in the video description, where I discuss in more details the what ifs of history. The keyword here is uncertainty, and how to deal with it is one of the hardest problems in investing. Luckily for us, we can stand on the shoulder of giants and learn from the masters that ran in the same problems that we do right now. As Peter Lynch, manager of the Magellan Fund at Fidelity and one of the all-time greats investor once said, there is always something to worry about. Avoid weak thinking and ignoring the latest dire predictions of the newcasters. Sell a stock because the company fundamentals deteriorate, not because the sky is falling. The solution is simple but not easy, meaning it's relatively simple to understand but hard to implement when you yourself are experiencing the fog of war in the markets. Step 1, which doesn't seem like much but is very useful, to understand that it exists, and this or any other moment in time is not particularly worse or more uncertain than other moments in the past. Step 2, you need to have some hard coded investing rules and not let yourself be governed by your emotions. Here is a good place to remind you that I'm sharing for free my Conscience Investing Rules PDF, link in the description, which I update every time I discover a new rule or pattern that I think can help my investing decisions. And last but not least, because you will be uncertain by definition, remember that generally markets tend to go up with time, and more often than not, it's better to be invested than to stay on the outside. Anyways, that's it for today. If you like the video, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know down in the comments how do you deal with uncertainty. See you next month. Bye bye.